Hey guys, Bipolar Barbie here. Now today I wanted to talk about a really important topic, and that is the way in which we talk about suicide. Now this video is probably going to be the most important video you will watch in your life, and this is more of a video directed to people who have lost someone to suicide. Now I had this thought in the shower this morning, which is where the best thoughts come from. I don't always have good ideas, but I mean when I do. Who am I kidding? Every one of my thoughts is amazing. So I'm thinking about it in the shower, and I'm thinking about how I'm going to introduce a mental health advocate that I'm going to be doing a live feed with today. And he started this foundation and the Sunflower Project. He blogs, he gives speeches about suicide prevention and sort of mental health. He was unfortunate enough to lose his niece to suicide last year. Now, there's a lot of us, unfortunately, that do know someone that has taken their own life. I lost a really good friend of mine last year, and I know the pain of what it feels like to not only be suicidal, but to lose someone to suicide. And I was thinking in the shower, and then I thought, why do we say we lost someone to suicide? I mean, there's such a negative stigma around it. It's really crazy. And then I thought, no, you know what? I am going to explain it like he lost someone to mental illness. Because that's really the cause of, the unfortunate deaths of people that we care about and loved ones. And I mean, when people talk about AIDS, for example, oh, he died of AIDS. Well, you know what? You don't actually die of AIDS. You die of something like pneumonia, some other severe form of illness that basically is caused by AIDS, but it's not actually the AIDS itself that kills you. AIDS weakens your immune system so that something else really can take over. So I'm thinking about that, and I went, mental illness is really no different. And I think if we start talking about it that way, then it's really going to change the stigma around this particular topic. And people say to me all the time, like, why do you take medication? And it's like, without my medication, I would be dead. And that's not an over-exaggeration. Mental illness kills. It does. I know 1 in 4 people are diagnosed with a mental illness, and I think those statistics, really only represent the amount of people that get help. Because they do say that 1 in 4 people with a mental illness get help. So that's 3 people that have been diagnosed with a mental illness that are not seeking treatment, which is crazy. Like, that absolutely blows my mind. 1 in 10,000 people will take their life this year. Now, that doesn't sound like a really big number. And I thought about it like this today. If I have 60,000 Instagram followers, then that means 6 of them are going to take their life this year. That absolutely breaks my heart. But then I know the statistics show that 1 in 10 people with borderline personality disorder will take their own life. And if I think about it like, my Instagram and the people that I know that I've met through this journey are more concentrated as that, 1 in 4, maybe 2 in 4 people that do suffer a mental illness, then that means that 6,000 of my fans are going to take their own life this year. That breaks my heart. That absolutely breaks my heart. And when people talk about suicide, when they talk about a loved one that they have lost, they say, oh, it's such a shame, they had such a wonderful life ahead of them. They were really talented. They were a wonderful person. And I kind of go, no, you know what the real shame is? The shame is that you were not there for them when they needed you. It's funny, I guess, when you're dead, how people start listening. I always say to people that the best way to help someone with a mental illness is to shut up and listen. Listen to what they have to say, because that is what they want more than anything else. And I know in my life, people have assumed that I'm happy when I am not talking. It's when I'm kind of well, or I'm at a certain level of wellness, that I will actually talk and express myself. But once I get to that point beyond the return, I don't want to talk about it. And I think people say, things like drug and alcohol abuse, things, like suicide attempts are a cry for help. And I think you only cry for help if you think there is help available. And there isn't. That's the fact of the matter. And even if you have supported someone through their whole mental health journey and they still take their life, the reason because of that is they feel like there is no help. I decided a long time ago that I could not live like this anymore. And when people ask me what kept me going, what was it that allowed me to still be here today? And I think it was this inner hope that I had that there had to be a different way. I didn't accept, living like this. I honestly believe that there had to be a way that I could help myself. There had to be a way that I could find my sanity again, that I could actually live a life that was humane, where I could start living again and stop surviving just for the day. I hoped that maybe one day I can thrive again. And my journey has been so hard. And two of the main reasons for that is that nobody helped me. Both in my personal life, nobody wanted to listen to me. Nobody wanted to take me seriously. Nobody was there for me. And when I did reach out to professionals who I thought could help me, at least 9 out of 10 rejected me, told me they couldn't help me, told me that I was making it all up, said I just needed to see a therapist. And I think that is absolutely crazy. I've seen over 100 medical professionals, and there is only 4 of them that have actually helped me in any way, that have helped me with compassion, who have held my hand and basically said, you know what? You don't have to go through this on your own. We will figure this out. And people say to me, oh, we just didn't know how to help you, therefore we didn't help you. You know what? I didn't know how to help myself. But it would have been really nice if I didn't have to figure this out on my own. Raising awareness about mental health is extremely important. Raising awareness about mental illness is also very, very important. But the most important thing is to make sure that help is really, really available. There are things that really have prevented me from getting the help that I needed. And that was the fact that there just weren't enough mental health professionals around. There weren't enough appointments. If I was really, really bad, I'd often have to wait 3 to 6 months to get in to see somebody before they could help me. I mean, that's a really, really long time when you are thinking about taking your own life, when you can't live like this anymore. And since then, I have learned a lot about early prevention, to knowing before I hit rock bottom what it is that I need to do. So having that support team, having that support network, as far as mental health professionals go, is so, so important. And connecting with them can be incredibly hard. There are some out there. There are some wonderful services. Headspace Australia literally saved my life. The local private inpatient hospital for mental health saved my life on many, many occasions. But it's expensive. Mental health treatment is extremely expensive. And the free mental health care is basically designed for people that are a public nuisance. It's designed to keep people out of trouble. It's not designed to help people that need it. And I was always told that I kept my shit together just enough. Oi! Sorry, my sister's dog is really annoying. So it's like, I kept my shit just together enough so that I wasn't a nuisance to other people. And because of that, they said that, that was what really prevented me from getting the help that I so desperately, desperately need. Listen to them judgment-free. Listen to what they are actually trying to tell you. Because I know for me personally, I get told often that I'm over-exaggerating. Well, you know what? I'm actually under-exaggerating everything that I say to you. People say, don't worry, it'll be okay one day. You know what? One day is not good enough because that doesn't take away the pain of today. That doesn't take away the fact that I have been struggling for so long. I can't see a future where mental illness is not a part of my life. And that is that what I want more than anything is to be mental illness free. When people tell me just to put a smile on my face, that it'll be okay, that it's just a bad day that I need to get through. Well, guess what? For a long time, for almost 10 years, every single day of my life was a bad day. When people ask me if I'm okay, I ask them, what is your definition of okay? When I ask someone how they're going and they say, oh, I'm not too good, you know, finances are crushing me, I don't like my job, you know, things are happening. That's their idea of a bad day. They spilt their coffee. When I tell people I'm okay, what I mean is I'm not going to kill myself right now. That is my definition of okay. And we need to understand that everyone has their own definition. And you will have a feeling. If you look, you will be able to see when someone is not okay. There are people in my life that can see right through my lies, can see through that mask that I put on every day, can see through my fake smile. And they say things to me like, are you okay? Because you really don't look okay. And those people are so few and far between. But what I really find is when people know that I've suffered some form of mental illness, then even random people that I know that are acquaintances will notice when I am feeling a lot better. They say, you just look amazing, you are glowing, there's a smile on your face. And I'm like, I know, because my inner world is really expressed and radiates outside around me. So if you don't want to be attending a funeral of someone that you love and that you really, really care about, reach out. Even if you don't know that they're struggling, it's safe to assume that every single person in the world is struggling with some form of mental health issue. They might not be diagnosed with a mental illness, but stress, anxiety, some form of mild depression honestly affects absolutely everyone. And we need to be talking about it. What really, really breaks my heart is that 7 out of 10 people who take their own life are men. Teenagers in Australia between 13 to 17, women are 4 times more likely to attempt suicide and to take their own life. And people think that suicide is this dramatic thing. And for me personally, my suicide attempts have never been dramatic. I've never been hospitalized for a suicide attempt. I like to call these moments silent suicide. Nobody takes them seriously. But I guarantee someone who has successfully taken their own life has tried many times before. No one will know about those nights I spent passed out on my bedroom floor, in my backyard, wherever it is, after a suicide attempt. No one will ever know about those nights that I drank myself into a coma and swallowed every single pill that I had and woke up in the middle of the night with excruciating stomach pains, stumbling down to the toilet, vomit all over the walls, convulsing because I couldn't move, smashing my head on the walls and doorknobs, just desperately trying to get to the bathroom because my body wanted to survive. As much as my mind wanted me to die, there was nothing I could do that prevented my body from going into this survival mode. I didn't have control over the fact that my body wanted to save myself. I would wake up covered in my own vomit in a bathtub perhaps a day, if not more, later. And I would just get on with my life until the next time. People will never know about that. And that is really, really sad. And I really hope that people do take this video on board. For me, I never planned on getting old. I'm 25 years old, heading towards 30. I think, I never thought I would make it to 25. I honestly didn't. I never saw a future beyond 25, and even now, it's a really strange thought to know that maybe I'm going to see a future beyond 30. I never pictured my life, extending beyond mental illness. I really thought that by now I wouldn't be here. And I am really grateful that I am here. I am grateful that I found some form of hope. I spread awareness about mental illness, but I am not going to tell you it's easy. It is the hardest thing that you will ever do in your life. And it's not a choice that we make to take our own life. It is a choice that we make every single day to still be here, to carry on despite it all. And nobody will give us a pat on the back. Nobody will congratulate us for every single day that we decided to resist that urge. But we will be criticized for every single time we reach out and ask for help and confide in someone that those are the feelings that we have. So please, if you know someone that is struggling, let them know that you are there for them. Let them know that you care. Don't assume that they know, because they're probably sitting there feeling incredibly alone, feeling like no one does care. How do you show that you care? Reach out, listen, be there for them. Help them get the help that they so desperately need. And unfortunately, there isn't enough help available, and that is really sad. That if there's one thing I could change in my life, it would be the government systems for being able to help people with mental illness. I mean, I know in my country, disability, there's like a sort of a pension that you can get for having a disability. And mental illness is the third leading cause for people to be on that disability pension. For people who honestly can't work because their mental illness has gotten in the way. It has affected every single part of their life. And people have said to me that the signs I have communicated to them that they should know that I'm not okay, whether it be my room messy, whether it be the fact I can't put a smile on my face, my shoulders hunched over, the way in which I talk, my drinking, whatever it is, I have communicated to people that these are the signs they need to be looking out for. And people will simply say to me, yeah, but you're like that all the time. And I say to them, isn't that the saddest part? So thank you guys. I really hope you got something from this video. If you think more people should hear about it, please share. I am passionate about this topic, and I want people in the world to know that they are not alone. Thanks, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like and please share as much as you can. Thank you.